Ahdoom. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon Crimson Court, where in this quest we'll be looking to kill the Sunken Crew with a bit of a strange party. These aren't guys that I'd normally choose to combine together, but unfortunately, as you can see from my roster here, I've got a pretty high-weighted group of lots of 6s and 5s as I'm getting ready to get into the Darkest Dungeon for the first time, which means I don't really have the best combination of healers and stressors and attackers, and I'm going to have to make some fairly compromising choices. Now, obviously the reward for this is going to be a stack of gold, a stack of crests, and an ethereal crucifix. What I'll be bringing along is Maynard, the Master of Plague Doctor, who's just ready to pop to 5, and I want to have level 5 or level 6 Plague Doctor if I can, as I go into the Darkest Dungeon to potentially use against the Shuffling Horror. I have Pont Chardon, the Veteran Jester, level 3, and he's a brand new level 3 as well, but he does have all of his upgrades in place for armor and weapons, which is fine by me. Using a level 2, so an Apprenticed Occultist on a Veteran level Boss Bash, which is a bit stupid, but he's my only real healer. And that's a problem I've got. I don't really have any strong front row guys to do meaningful damage in the right range. I could bring along Pouchot instead, but then I'm going to be without a healer for the round, which could be potentially quite problematic. So I'm going to bring Combe in, and I'm going to hope this is going to work. Again, his resistances will be quite weak to everything. He has all of his upgrades in terms of armor and weapons, so he's got an advantage, but not enough of advantage to really work for me. But with that all said, again, I'm going to be equipping him with Weakening Curse, just to debuff damage, which I think is going to be relatively useful, as well as Sacrificial Slab, Winter Construction, and Demon's Pull. And finally we have Daunger, the Abomination, who I have not been taking out. Again, I do need to get one of every single class leveled up for me to fulfill my own personal objectives. It's also the macro game objectives, so let's provision up and see how we go. No one is rocking the curse, which makes things relatively easy. We are going into the Cove, so bringing an abundance of medicinal herbs will be very, very useful. Also bring 2 keys, 3 shovels, and that's going to be it, beyond bringing torches. And more than the average amount of food, I think, because again, I'm just going to be limited in my healing abilities, and I'm not sure how well this is going to work, to be entirely honest. I could well have some casualties this round, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Not going to bring any blood along this time around because I'll just be too tempted to throw it out. Not going to bring any bandages either. Let's embark and get into the voiceover.
I employed a crew of particularly unsavory mariners, who for a time sailed the 4 corners at my behest, retrieving many valuable artifacts, relics, and rare texts. Predictably, they increased their tariffs to counter my intense stipulations of secrecy. Such resources had long been exhausted, of course, and so I prepared an alternative payment.
Of course, alternative payment just means murder in this case, right? Yeah, murder. You're a lovely person, Ancestor, just a really lovely person.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
Now, my audio feels a little bit loud, and I'm guessing that I forgot to change some settings somehow, some way, so might have to remaster the audio on this after the fact. Need to invest in some decent video editing software. I used to actually work as a video editor, but I don't have any on this computer because all the software I know and love does not play nicely with Windows 10, because I haven't worked in this industry for about, 8-10 years. Means I'm getting an early start on some items. Unburned Torch, no problem there. Do a quick inventory juggle as well. Pressing on. Keeping my eyes peeled. I am concerned about that occultist. He might not end well. But let's just see how this goes regardless. Alright, going to ignore this side hustle because we just need to get to the boss as quickly as possible. Get our camp in. Get our problems resolved. And
another mariner. Another misfortune.
Stay in Radiant because it is required for all of our trinkets. Got a again a sun ring and whoops, what's that map? 2 back-to-back battles. Wow, it's gonna either be great or horrible. Yes, we have a sun ring, we have a camouflage cloak, we have a sun ring, and we have a sun cloak. So it is crucial for everyone's sake that we stay in Radiant. And here we go, a couple of Bloodletter, a Cutthroat, and a Fusilier. These guys are all humans, and I can do some great stuff with this. I will use Transform to open things up. And
a brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Let's try and get an insta-kill if we can on this cutthroat. Not quite good enough, unfortunately. Not quite good enough, but there are ways and means. He has 4 HP left. We could stun him, and that's actually a pretty good call. 45% resist. We can get an insta-kill with the Blights, I hope. Nice. Okay, so at least one of them is dead next turn. Blanket Fire goes down. Pretty good spread of damage, but no debuffs there, which is very, very fortunate. I could try and open things up with some early bleeds down here. Or I could start to do some preemptive stress reduction because everyone is going to be suffering from a lot of stress with an Abomination in party. I'm fine to forget about damage for one round. What I will do though is probably drop a damage debuff on the Bloodletter. Nice damage there as well. And yep, he's gone. Right, punishment goes down. 3 damage taken, and it's a bleed, but we can live with bleeds. We can live with bleeds. All right, let's get some bleeds going on this Bloodletter. Beautiful crit for 13. Absolutely beautiful there, and he's got 20 damage coming in over the next few turns. I might just cure that bleed. Or I could get a second damage over time going here. Let's cure the bleed. Let's cure the bleed. Let's cure the bleed. That's not a bad call. Crit for 6 as well. That reduces some stress and no worries there. Alright, and we have an active turn here. We're probably going to try again to rage out on this Fusilier. Good chance for an insta-kill. There it is. And let's keep debuffing this chap. I mean, he's debuff stack. There's no reason not to. Let's keep that going. 2 damage taken, and he's now doing negative 70 damage. Point blank shot goes down. Only 2 damage because of that debuff, and yeah, we've been moved out of position. That's just fine by me. A bit more stress taken on the Abomination, and again, that's just tickety boo. Let's start. This could be the kill. Well, very nearly. Very, very nearly. Alright, with that all said, let's reduce some stress. Again, look out for the macro health of the party as well as the micro health of the party. Drop a minor heal. Well, there we go. So this Bloodletter is absolutely and definitely dead. I might get a turn in first. I do. Let's top up the health on the Jester. Up by 9. No bleed. And that's fine by me. Okay, the Cultist is surviving. Let's reset back to first positions. That's all looking just fine. That ship's figurehead, I'm just going to refer to Karamazul's cheat sheet off screen. Ship's figurehead is a de-stress and a damage buff. Let's see who has the most stress. Alright, let's give that to the Cultist. Extra speed until camp? Don't mind if I do. Do not mind if I do. Let's carry on. Alright, stay in Radiant as before. And a Gatekeeper. It's the first Gatekeeper we've seen. We can get an invite here. 3 damage taken. And quite a bit of stress. They're going to keep focusing down on him, unfortunately, because he's the weakest. Dodge is in place, so to avoid that damage, need to make sure that we're focusing down on this Gatekeeper to make sure that... what's your bleed resist? Really low. Okay, let's get some bleeds started. I do want to take out the Gatekeeper. I also need to worry about stress, but I can wait 1 turn before we do. Let's try this. Great spread of damage there. 6s on both, and that is very, very nice. Could get a kill here. Could get a heal on myself as well. Let's go for the kill. Damn dodge. Darn dodge. We will need to transform, get into beast mode. Alright, everyone freaks out just a little bit, and let's rage out on this Gatekeeper. Insta-killed. That denies them a turn as well, which is just fine by me. Their stun resist is relatively low, so I'm going to give that a try. Just to buy myself some time to deal with stress and take them out. In the meantime, that Supplicant is going to do what he's going to do. Gather the Blood goes down. 5 damage taken, and no other ill effects, which are, again, completely fine by me. Let's take him out entirely. Is a Rake going to be enough to get a kill? No, not guaranteed. Alright, let's rage against him. He's gone.
Give them no quarter.
I will do a de-stress on the Occultist. Nice. And let's get at least... Come on, make this damage work. There we go. So at least that sycophant is dead.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
And it is denied a turn as well, which is just fine by me. Now with that all said and done, let's... Your blight resist is immense. Let's try for another stun. The odds are poor, but if it works, and it's worth it. Nope. Alright. Does not pay out for me this time around. That's, again, just fine. Sacrificial stab goes down, 12 damage taken, and that's pretty healthy. We'll take a hit on the Jester, 3 damage made, and no ill effects, fortunately. Let's take the turn to de-stress, because we know that we've got this. Like, we know that we've got this done and dusted. If the Plague Doctor comes up first, yep, we'll do a minor heal on the Occultist, up by 3. That's working out just fine. And with that stress taken, we will drop a Rage here. Boom! Nice critical hit there. A bit of stress is reduced. And what's our Viscount's invitation?
Expedition at least promises success.
Well, success is too much. We've got too many bloodsuckers to deal with, back to back. But again, at least this time, for a change, we have the advantage. Let's start things off with a sacrificial stab on this sycophant. Great, that's 10 damage made. We'll try a chain bleed here. 4 damage plus 4 damage. Oh, he resists the bleed. That's regrettable. Okay, let's drop a stun then on the back rows. No chance that's going to work on that supplicant. Oh, it works on literally nobody. Okay, let's transform you up. Question is, who do I have a better chance to kill? I don't want to be taking stress if I can avoid it, but no chance for an insta-kill the Rake. Let's just rage out. This guy, it's kind of a waste of damage, but we're denying him a turn, which is the key thing. Thirst goes down, 5 damage taken, and that's pretty hefty given his very low hit HP. Probably going to follow up with another attack with the Holders. Nope, they go for the back row instead, 4 damage taken, and no ill effects, and Predigestion goes down on the Abomination for 6 damage, but beyond a debuff of bleed resist, yeah, it's fine. That is just fine by me. Okay, so we know that these guys are going to get some fairly early turns in. Our speed is massive right now. I'm going to take a chance for an insta-kill on that sycophant if I can. Nice. Alright, so it's less stress for us to have to worry about there. Going to probably drop a heal on himself there, up by 7, which is, again, just fine by me. No bleeds. We're topped off nicely. And we will spend... what's your blight resist? It's pretty high. It's pretty high, right? Let's drop a slice off instead. 7 damage taken, and... Yep, full bleed for 3 rounds. Not too shabby. Again, we'll take a chance on Noxious Blast here. Crit for 2, and... Yes! Okay, so he is dead in his next turn, which is just tickety-boo. Gather Blood goes down and is dodged like an absolute boss, and there's only 1 left for us to have to worry about, which is just fine by me. We will spend the turn faffing if we can. Let's try and get a heal going. The Plague Doctor, nice 12, and no bleed there for us to worry about. I should just get the kill at this stage. Let's do it. Done. Alright. Gonna drop the bandages in favor of... Actually, you know, bandages is gonna be a lot more useful for me than anti-venom. Alright, that's my decision, and I'm gonna stick with it. Pack contains loot. Nice. Let's just eat that food straight away. Done, and Dunsky, and we will drop the bandages now as well, because gold is sort of a useful thing. Alright, do a quick inventory check as well. Do some shuffling around of all of the things. Dun. Move you there, and I am, yep, satisfied with that arrangement. Could be over provisioned for food, but again, I'm just trying to be a bit defensive about how I approach this map, because again, our healing capabilities are kind of greatly reduced. We'll torch up as well.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
So the best chances are
only the strength to follow it.
Okay, 14. Let's take... Oh! Okay, you fell that trap. And you're going to be carrying some...
that such missteps are the exception, not the rule.
Redonkulous... Some absolutely redonkulous debuffs, but I think we might just have a chance to pace those out. I could just cure them, though, and I think I will. Okay, the next thing I'm looking for is someone that has a high disease resist. So let's just cycle through our characters. 40%, 85% disease resist. Yeah, I don't mind if I do. Let's try that out in the bas relief. Lasting impact, and you get Warrior of Light. Yeah, I don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. Plus 10% damage if torch above 75. That plays in very, very nicely with my playstyle. And let's press on. Hopefully a scout. Well, can only hope. Doesn't always work out the way you want it to. We can press on. Oh, it's a trap.
Watch your step.
Yeah, debuff our damage. Let's have a bit of a nibble on some food as well because we can afford it. Torch up and press
As the
on.
light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
I can't remember what those chests do as a negative effect. From memory, it's a chance to bleed. So who has the highest bleed resist? I'm not going to use a shovel on these guys at the moment. I think it's going to be, yeah, the Abomination. Let's give it a try. Still booty. Great. I love me some booty. I will shake my booty for booty. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Oh well. Okay, we have the Element of Surprise on 2 Stingers and a Wide Mouth. This should be a relatively good start. Probably want to focus on that Wide Mouth to open things up. Health-wise, we're all fine across the board. 14 damage is pretty good. You've got a pretty weak resistance to everything, so we'll try you out with a Blight if we can. 1 damage, and it takes great, so this guy is already dead. He just doesn't know it quite yet. I will invest the Jester's turn in a stress management because it's going to be critically necessary. And I'm not going to do some stress or health healing. Let's just get into beast mode, freak everyone out a bit. Again, that's what the Jester is for. And probably drop a Rake or a Rage. Rage has a good chance to insta-kill. Let's take that chance. Beautiful 37 as well. That's just fine by me. Unfortunately, that de-stress does not spread. Shocker goes down, Crypt for 3, and that stun will inevitably follow. Yep. But at least that Wide Mouth is out of action. And really, I'm in round 2. I've got things under control pretty well. I could just try and faff. Don't have any real stuns to work with, but alright, let's just get a dot going. No complaints there. And unfortunately, that's going to be a kill. Right, stress levels are slightly concerning. We'll drop the anti-venom in favor of crests once again. And then just considering my options for aesthetics. There we go. You know, it sounds silly to reorganize your inventory just so it looks a way that you like it, but it's just calming. You know, it puts me at ease. It reduces my stress level, not unlike the Jester. Man, we have a lot of corridor battles coming up. That's pretty gnarly. Oh, thank God. Okay, so who has a quirk that I need to get rid of? Known sheet I can live with. Nothing here. Oh, this guy has so many negative quirks, but these ones are more likely to be cleaned if they're all locked in. So we'll take that eerie coral. Yep. On witness quirk, that's fine. Get out. That just saved me some money. And let's advance into our first battle here. 3 wide mouths. We should have this under control. Let's get things opened up with a decent strike on our first position here. I'm going to need to use the Jester to reduce stress aggressively. And we'll follow up with a Noxious Blast. Yeah. That's done. Spearfishing goes down to the Plague Doctor, but it's dodged beautifully. Seaward Slash goes down, and that's 11 damage. I think I might be able to justify some faffing here. Nice critical. Beautiful, and 15 stress removed. That's just fine by me. This Wide Mouth is dead the next turn. Seaward Slash goes down, 11 damage taken, and yeah, we're going to be doing some weird reconstruction. That is for sure. Up by 7, not quite good enough, but no complaints given. No complaints given there. Great dodge from the Jester as well. Next highest stress we have is on the Jester himself, so we'll take care of it there, and he's looking a bit less peaked and freaked. I'm not going to quite yet change into beast mode, even though I'm taking damage because I've got the turns. I'm not being penalized as yet, and you know what? Let's drop a heal here as well, just to help him out the littlest bit. So they have 2 left, 1 action still to go. Seaward Slash on. Yep, that's fine by me. Great dodge. no complaints or concerns there at all. I'm not going to bother with a heal just yet because food can do the difference. Let's get a slash going on that wide mouth. Let's follow that up nicely with a Noxious Blast. 2 damage taken, and if that blight takes, it does. He is dead in his next turn, which is fine by me. Still the gesture to follow up, so we'll keep taking care of stress on the Abomination. Not that it's super critical, but we just want to bap the turns away if we can. Inspiring Tune again on the Occultist, who's looking a lot less mad than he was only a few moments ago, and a Seaward Slash gets dropped again. Crit for 18. That is insane. Alright, Weird Reconstruction. Up by 8, and that's a crit. Wow, okay. That's a crit, I guess. Let's keep bapping for the moment. For the moment. I am going to go into beast mode though now. And I'm going to try and... Oh, let's just kill him. Done. Alright, so we have a combat
so clearly
following immediately.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
-1 speed I can live with. Let's try and feed up this Occultist. That's as high as he'll go for the moment. And again, I'm not too worried about food just this second. This Blightstone is worth less than that Jade, so I will swap it out for the moment. If another battle right here. Yep, 77, and that's fine by me. Gatekeeper's up against 2 Sycophants. Stress is, as always, a huge issue, but we can live. Crimson Curse, though, does go down the Abomination, and that at least makes sense. That makes sense for me. We'll invest a turn in some stress management with the Jester, because we don't have Surprise. Let's get some early strikes going down on the Gatekeeper. 5 damage taken, not too shabby. 4 bleed to boot as well. Thirst goes down on the Jester, 5 damage, and some stress, but no other ill effects, thankfully. We will be doing a Weird Reconstruction on ourselves, or should we try and go for the kill? Let's try and go for the kill. Nicely done. Nicely done, Mr. Occultist. And let's get ourselves into beast mode. I might need to do a bit of a position change with somebody, because again, I'm just incurring way too much stress. Rage against one of these Sycophants for the kill. Nice, and so they're down by 2. And they still have 1 action left to go. Let's keep... what's your chance to stun? Non-existent. Bleed, non-existent. Blight is good there. Alright, let's just heal someone up. Crit of 4, not too bad, and stress goes down. And Predigestion goes down. The Plague Doctor, who dodges. And these guys are all in easy arms reach, which is just fine by me. I am going to take out that Sycophant. Unfortunately, it's not quite good enough. Finish him off, though. Oh! We will not finish him off, apparently. And Deafening Wine goes down on the Jester, but he's just too dodgy to notice. Let's start taking care of those epic stress levels, because they are a significant concern for me right now. Minor heals, or... No, your blight resistance is too high. So is yours. Let's try and buy ourselves some time. No, let's just do a minor heal. That's fine. I'm satisfied with the minor heal. Just have to worry about that Supplicant, and we'll be able to take out that. Great, only 3 damage there, no problem, and no other ill effects either. Yep, stress keeps building up, but that's okay. We will rage out on the Sycophant, because it is stress that we are more worried about than material damage. Heals. Let's drop a heal on ourselves, up by 5, and that's just fine by me. And carrying things on and onwards, 37 stress is the highest. Let's start dealing with it if we can. Yep. And with the Occultist, we will try for a Noxious Blast. Nice. Okay, that takes pretty handily. Right, Gather Blood goes down the Jester. He takes 4, and that's okay. That's completely fine, actually. Alrighty. Radiant Light is still in effect, just barely, which is fine by me. Now I can either try and get a kill here. Let's try not to get a kill. He still has an action this turn, but if I can get an action first, I'd be very pleased. Right, let's just top up that Jester ever so slightly. Try and finish him off health-wise, up by 6. Yep, he's topped off, and no bleeds incurred. Let's reduce the stress on the Plague Doctor, and looking pretty good from a macro standpoint as we finish out the round. Done.
triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I'm going to get rid of those medicinal herbs. Oh, I may as well use them. Alright. Okay, carrying on. We are now in dim, so we will torch up as we enter this room battle. And we actually have some fish folk for a change. Bulwark, Gladiator, Madman, and Widemouth, which is, again, just fine by me. We'll probably start with an early open on the Madman to avoid some unpleasantness. 12 damage done and dusted. That's pretty handy. I'm going to do a... that could work out quite nicely. Let's get that going. 7 damage taken, and prod that bleed takes. Yes, it does. Alright. He is taken out of action in a way which is pleasing to me. In a way which is very, very pleasing to me. Alright, let's rage out on this Gladiator and get an insta-kill. Nicely done. We will get a stun going on the... yeah, let's get a stun going on the back row here. Or actually a blight in the front would be better, because these bulwarks are just tough mofos. Spearfishing goes down, 4 damage taken, and that is very much in the acceptable spectrum. Bit of a juggle around there, position-wise, but I think my abilities can work there regardless. But the de-stressing might be a problem. Might actually have to waste the turn with the Occultist if he comes up first. If it's Jester first, then we'll just do some damage the old-fashioned way. Okay, damage is accrued. We have a guard going. Let's just bash at him. There we go, nicely done, and we do get the move in first, which is fine by me. We need to actually start doing things about stress that Jester and use him for what he's for. 6 damage taken on the Plague Doctor, and the Jester is absolutely now in stress reduction mode only, because he's out of position for anything else. Minor damage on the Jester and the Plague Doctor. The question really is what we should be doing to help out, and I think just adding a Blight again to these stack. These do, and that's just fine by me. Octocestus goes down, 5 damage taken, but nothing to cry about, especially with no bleed coming into effect. Going to round 3, let's rage out here again. Crit for 8, which is just fine by me. Just fine by me. Highest stress level is currently on. Let's just take it on the Jester, because we know that a lot of stress gets taken off the Abomination when he transforms back into human. This Jappy's already dead. There's no point us actually doing some damage here while he's being guarded, so we will heal somebody up. And no bleed taken, which is again just lovely. We'll do a minor heal on the Jester as well, because we're waiting for the turns to expire. Spearfishing goes down. Great dodge. Fantastic dodge, actually. And there we go. It's just the Widemouth left. We're in a pretty good place across the board. Not going to be too worried about anything, so we will just drop a good old-fashioned sacrificial stab. I'm going to transform out of beast mode. Yep. And I'm going to do some self-stress reduction because I can. Nice. Alright, so we are all looking much, much better. Let's carry things through with a stress heal on the Occultist. And yeah, let's get a Noxious Blast going. Right, we're faffing well. We're entering into the beginning of turn 5. That's going to be okay. Seared Slash goes down, 9 damage, and that's regrettable, but acceptable, as we are prone to saying, let's just invest the turn on healing him up. Nicely done, and no consequences there. Noxious Blast, and the turn is really ours to do with as we see fit, if we get a chance, which we do not.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
What to do. We have 2 invitations, which isn't too shabby. Our infantry is pretty full. Gonna have to leave some stuff behind here. Again, thinking that I might do an early camp, because we can't have that many battles coming up. Probably camp in this room here, wait to see if we get any scouting. That's a hunger check, and that's just fine by me. We need to have that space cleared out for all the good things. All of the good things. Loot, and...
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
She might ditch the food. Might just ditch the food. Yeah, that works out okay by me. Again, I don't think I'm going to need more than the 1 hunger check. Let's see if we get any scouting. The answer is a negatory, so let us instead drop a camp here and see what can be done.
circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Nice. Okay, so we only have one chap with any meaningful amounts of stress. Let's see what we can do to avoid being ambushed. Alright, let's avoid ambush. There we go. Unspeakable communion, that's fine by me. Yep, let's all companions -15 stress. All companions negative. Yep. Alright. Any buffs that we really want to take? Extra accuracy is pretty nice, but accuracy isn't a huge factor for that kind of character. Got a lot of torch. Nope. Let's up your speed, that's fine by me. Let's reduce that person's stress, and that is all we can reasonably do that's of benefit to us.
The match is struck.
Nice.
A blazing star is born.
Alright, got a map. What do we see? Alright, treasure room, and yeah, cool. So hopefully we'll actually use a key up. Shovel's been entirely useless, but again, that's just the risk you take.
Mechanical hazards.
Oh no!
Evil intent.
No, that sucks. I don't want to be carrying that debuff, coming into the boss bash. Right, Pelagic Horror, Bulwark, Wide Mouth, and Bulwark. Let's get into Beast Mode. Nice. And let's start getting some kills in where we can. So, Wide Mouth's the most logical takedown. Great crit there as well. And then I can start just using rakes on these guys, which will mitigate some of their prot. It will mitigate some of their prot. Now, something else we can do to mitigate some of their prot. Actually, this blighter is a concern for me, so we will get that Oracle blighted, as one must. No real issues with damage at this stage, so we'll drop a Sacrificial Stab just to help that death along. And let's go for a Chain Bleed. Done. Alright. Not too shabby. That's as happy as I can be with that. Octocestus goes down. 3 damage, and that's just fine by me. No bleed, which is the key thing. Barnacle Barrier. And that is annoying as heck, but we have the technology to avoid such problems. That being Rake. Nice. Okay, so...
The blood quickens.
Let's reduce somebody's damage. Unfortunately, that didn't take. Let's go for a Blight. That did take, fortunately, and again, those bleeds are coming through thick and fast. Octocystus goes down for a 5 damage. I think we're needing to do a self-heal on the occultist. In the meantime, we'll take care of some stress here, which is a preventative measure. Yep. Octocystus again, 6 damage. Yeah, definitely a eager candidate for some healing. Let's get that Rake happening one more time. 2 and 7, not too shabby. And let's keep those Blights coming as well, if we can. Nice. Winter Construction on yourself. 0. Okay. Worried about your life expectancy now? Yep. 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 Really worried about your life expectancy, but what can I do? Let's drop a... Yep, party buff.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Okay, at least they're sharing around the Octocestus loving. Okay, that's just fine by me. Let's just keep those rakes coming. Beautiful critical hit there, and this guy only has 5 hit points left. The onus is now on me, though, to make sure that I'm faffing adequately. Let's get minor heals going on this chappy here, just to give him a chance to... There we go, up by 10, not too shabby, and looking a little bit healthier and happier. Stress levels are kind of okay. Can't do much else, though, so let's just take care of that on the Abomination. And I think it's going to be... No, come on! Oh, thank God. Okay, good dodge. Let's just making progress there. Okay, let's try and get a heal going again. Up by 3, hopefully no bleeds. Nope, that's just fine. And this should be round.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Yep, uncommon is worth more than a common, obviously. Swap that and that. That. Done. Let's pop a key in here. Nice. Okay, so I now know for a fact that I do not need keys. We have nothing else here that is going to involve a key. That's my feeling, so let's drop that. Those deeds would come in useful, so let's drop those shovels as well. And let's call that round. Now, we still have like quite a few rounds of... I just want to do an experiment. If I'm walking through... Yes, okay, so if I'm walking through pre-explored areas, it does count for the rounds of a debuff expending, which is fantastic. And it also does a minimal... So when you've already explored a corridor, you only lose like 1 torch per square per round. Nice, okay. So that's a good way of like literally walking off, in air quotes, you can't see me doing this, but walking off your debuffs, yeah, that can be done. That can definitely be done. Okay, let's carry on. We have some kind of object here. Unfortunately, we don't have the right item for it, so we're just going to have to walk on by. Just actually double checking here. Pretty good chance for a stress reduction, but also a chance for not stress reduction, so let's take the chance for... yeah, let's not take the chance. Oh, goddamn trap!
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Freaking hell! Alright, that's... I just made all that effort to walk that off. I'm saddened. Gravely saddened. Alright, well, let's at least eat up our food. Stay in Radiant.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
And let's get ready for that Sunken Crew.
Even in death, the captain shouts his orders.
Alright, all hands on deck.
Crew obeys.
It's a bit of a shuffle there, but I'm not too worried at all if he gets... Actually, he's the best person to really actually get locked up that way. Chance to stun is quite limited. Blight and bleed. Blight is better. But you know what works best of all? Just hitting them in the head. Rage could not insta-kill the ropeman. Could very well well, decent damage. 24. Very, very reasonable damage. Now, it is Blight that is the sweet, sweet killing grace for these things. Blight for 3 rounds. 5 Blight for 3 rounds. Let's just Noxious Blast this guy to the Shiz House. And debuff his damage as well, if we can. Nice. Boarding Clutch. 5 damage and a bleed as well. We can deal with that. Not sure if we should bother, but we can. What I will do though, rather than looking at stress, is just get chance to bleed is pretty low. Let's just up our speed, up our accuracy, up our critical threshold. That's what we want to be doing with the Jester in this round if we can. Drink of the Dead goes down and he will take some stress. Yep, but not too much. Heave 2 comes down, and this Occultist is going to be locked in place. Not that he has any movement-based abilities, which is just fine by me. And again, he can take some minor damage. All I need to do is make sure that Ropeman gets killed promptly now that his protection is removed. Was it the Occultist passing? Yes, it was. Okay, that's strange and regrettable. We're going to keep the Blights going if we can. Noxious Blast, done again. 1 damage taken, and unfortunately he resists. Alright, let's get some damage done here. 9, not too shabby. 12 HP left, and yeah, it was the Abomination that passed his turn, unfortunately, which is going to actually hold me back quite a bit. A lot of stress on that Jester, unfortunately, and I'm going to need to do something about that before he loses his marbles! But, yeah, alright. Alright. That's fine. Are you actually craving? Okay, well let's... In the Abomination's turn, let's give him the lust for the blood. Yeah, okay. That Ropeman has really got me on the ropes, unfortunately, because this Sunken Crew has... Yeah, it was the pass, mostly, that did it. Okay, Bloodlust, in effect. Okay, let's get the damage going. Rake, will that kill you? Maybe. Alright, let's... Boom.
The ground quakes.
Great, share the love. Share the love. Alright, let's get some lights going back on this mofo. Crit for 4, don't mind if I do. And the stress goes down across the board. Let's, again, get a sacrificial stab in there, because why not? Drink of the Dead. 1 damage. And again, that stress just keeps rising, but that bleed has fortunately expired. Should have actually healed with the occultist, but lesson is learned. Damage obviously is irreversible. Let's get a slice off now. Let's deal with stress, because that Orman's going to come right back and cause me more heartache. Boarding clutch, 5 damage, and that's just fine. That's what my tank is for. All hands on deck. No problem. That move, though, is going to make for some problems. Let's get you forward by 1, and let's do some damage. Nice. No, obviously, move there to worry about. Take care of some stress, and consider our options carefully. Looks like the Plague Doctor is going to be the one who's out of action. Can only... Yeah, actually, that's going to be fine. Definitely a heal on the Jester, up by 11. It's just jolly good. And Mutiny. Ugh. Alright, no debuff there. Heave 2, it's fine by me. I can definitely deal with you, Mr. Ropeman. Definitely deal with you promptly, now that you've chosen the right guy for me to be taking damage from. Boarding clutch goes down. 9 damage! Yowza, and a bleed. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Okay, we might actually have to have a bit of a mulligan this turn. Alright, let's rage on you. Not quite enough for the kill, but that's okay. We can work with that. Need to do a heal, but I also need to stop this guy from healing up. So let's just take out the... Just take out the Ropeman for now. Good critical there. Right, so I've denied you a heal round. Noxious Blast. Nice. Just going to keep that damage coming. You have to use one of your turns to respawn your little Duber. Bit of stress management, I think. The Sunken Crew is actually proving a lot harder than most of the bosses I've actually faced up with against recently, but my party is just wrong. Like, you know, it doesn't make sense the way that it's currently bricked out. All hands on deck. Yep, that's fine. That is unfortunate. Let's get a slam going on the front position. The front position or the back position? Back position, I think. Again, just move it to the right space for this guy to do the best good. Let's get a wood reconstruction going here. Only 1. But at least there's no bleed. That's kind of rubbish. Let's keep those Noxious Blasts going as well to make sure that he doesn't get the full effect of the heal rounds. And, yeah, Inspiring Tune for the win, I guess. Kind of sucks. But we are working this guy down pretty heavily. Boarding clutch, 8 damage, that's... Ooh, heap 2, okay, that's fine. It does no damage, it's just a debuff. I need to really get this Plague Doctor back into the right position, but things aren't really looking good there. Have to use the Occultist every round to heal, have to use the Plague Doctor every round to do dot, so it's gonna have to be how it is, unfortunately. You've got 1 round left of that, you're okay. Alright, let's rage here and hope the insta-kill. Nice. Alright, so no meaningful heals given to the Sunken Crew. Let's keep that Noxious Blast going. Nice. Alright, that bleed is finally done. Oh, you won't let that happen, that's fine. Attaboy. Alright, a bit more damage, a bit more freaked out, that's okay. Let's heal up the Jester, only up by 5, it's pretty rubbish. Yep, Pretty rubbish. Mutiny, okay, that's fine, as long as you aren't summoning more annoying guys in the front row. Unfortunately you are, but it's dodged, and, well, it doesn't really have any effect, really, does it? Let's... 17 damage, not too bad a spread there. Let's keep the Noxious going. You've got 10 bleed in your next round. Things are looking a little bit gnarly, but we're going to be okay, I think. We're going to be okay. In theory, dead next round. In theory. And they're spreading out the damage and the stress relatively evenly. We've got 15 HP, 14 HP. This guy's going to bleed. Let's try it here at 0. Wow. Wow, that's awful. That's just awful. Alright, Mutiny goes down. Oh, don't pass, don't pass, don't pass. Okay, that's fine. You can freak out. That's okay. And it is now time for us to kill this Sunken Crew once and for all. Once and for all. Okay, let's... Done. That should take out the Drowned Roman as well. Nice, okay. Woo! Okay, don't need torches. Meh, dodge stone. Yep, I'm satisfied. Not the best party mix, but it worked out. It's a pretty close thing, but it worked out. So gold-wise, that was a little bit of a, a slight letdown, about 13k coming through, but it's only a veteran-based map, and that's okay. Looking through to completion. My god, well, we've got a lot of crests. It'll certainly help us towards unlocking a district. My gosh, that's 54 crests, 3 deeds, 2 portraits, and busts are not coming through at any rate whatsoever. Mainnet is finally level 5, and he's already halfway to level 6 as well. Wheeled Explorer, not too shabby. Ponchodon is almost a 4. Daunger is a 4. Witness, that's fine. And Komin is a 3. Runes Tactician. Wow, he went from like nothing level 2 to a quarter of the way to level 3 just because I dragged him along to a boss bash. Not too bad. Really, actually acquitted himself quite well. And I now have a veteran level healer, which is fine by me.
Curious, and that generosity is notoriously short-lived.
Yeah, Nomad New Year, literally don't care. In the meantime, Reynold is no longer hysterically blind, Bonell no longer has bad humors, and Tustain is no longer bloodlusting. Nico, however, is hungry for blood, and I have some choices to make, particularly around unit upgrades given my limited cash situation. Have I picked up any unpleasant diseases? The answer is no. I definitely need to upgrade mainnet. And definitely need to upgrade Komin if I can. That's probably the first port of call, just to make him a bit more rugged, and let's definitely look at his abilities as well to see what we can do to make him a bit more competitive. Yes, don't mind having better heals. Sacrificial Stab is absolutely useful. Been using Weakening Curse pretty readily, but I prefer Vulnerability Hex generally, and will keep Abyssal Artillery in place. Only reason why I used him as a position 2 healer rather than a position 3 healer is because that's just how the party worked out, so I think that should be fine. We'll look for some cheap conditions to cure if I can, and before I sign off, let's do a quick scan through of where we are at. Ruins and the Wheel are probably closest to unlocking the next boss. Pretty good range of items that we could pick up, but we do need to prioritize probably busts in terms of curios. Candle of Life, I think I already have one. Yeah, I do. But they are a great item. Really great item. And next up... yeah, I think it might be something in the ruins next time, unless I feel brave enough to do a very, very, very long champion dungeon. I'm not quite confident that I can take care of. I'm happy with mediums, and that's not a bad Demon's Cauldron at all, but I also do have an invitation. I have an invitation, and I didn't buy the Crimson Court for nothing, so next episode may well just be me taking a few guys in to have a bit of a look around and see what the Viscount has in store. But with that all said, and your appetite whetted for the blood, I will sign off. My name is Ahdoom. Thank you guys again for tuning in. If you've liked what you've seen, give me a like. If you want to give me any feedback or share some words of wisdom or commiseration, feel free to hit me up in the comments. If you're currently not a subscriber, oh my god, subscribe. I put out these videos 2 at a time every single day, and they're jolly good fun. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, love getting your feedback. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys next time, and thanks again for tuning in.